What is going on, guys? Smooth Racing here, back with a brand new video, and today we have our F1 2014 Bahrain testing day 2 review, and today then was the second day of testing from Bahrain for the F1 2014 season. And as always, we'll be taking you through the timesheet, then we'll be going through some of the teams and some problems that some of them might have had, and some very good days for some. Some teams had great days, and then some has some fairly average days, and some even had miserable. But let's get on with it and start with the timesheet. Well, Kevin Magnussen, one of the main talking points of day 2, and I suppose the whole test in all, did a 1:34.910, which is an incredible lap for pre-season. And this was about a second and a half quicker than Nico Hülkenberg, who was in second place, and Fernando Alonso was in third. Nico Rosberg was fourth. Bottas was 5th, Kobayashi 6th, Sebastian Vettel was 7th, John McVerne 8th, Esteban Gutierrez 9th, Romain Grosjean 10th, and Max Chilton 11th. Now then, let's go through each of the teams then. And Red Bull, let's start off with the former world champions, or the world champions for the past 4 years. And Vettel did 58 laps, which is the most they've ever done. Just on this single day, they've done more today than the whole of their pre-season testing. So incredible for Red Bull and incredible for Vettel. They've got their first ever solid day of running, to be honest, from the Jerez and Bahrain. And some really good data for Renault, and also some really good data for Red Bull. But great for Vettel then. He did 58 laps and did a 1:40.3 as his best lap. So really good for Red Bull. And moving on then to some of their main rivals, and that was McLaren, who had another great day. Some really good times. Didn't set as many laps as some of the competitors, but Magnussen had a really good day. He's a hot prospect for the future. He could really be a good driver for the future, and maybe a future world champion. And might be predicting that he could be matching Jenson Button or even beating him in the same car. He's very, very impressive just from these first few laps I've seen from him. Really good to see. And Fernando Alonso, he did 96 laps for Ferrari. He also had a really good day. Also set some really good laps. So really encouraging for Ferrari in his last day, as Raikkonen will be taking over for the last 2 days of testing. But yeah, some good running for Ferrari and Alonso so far in this test. Moving on to Mercedes, and Nico Rosberg once again putting in the laps and did 84 laps this time around. Very impressive stuff from the German. Once again, really good running for Mercedes. They seem to be definitely the most reliable, apart from a small blip this morning. Yes, they did actually go off the track, but that was something to do with a sensor issue, and I think that was fixed, and then they managed to get a lot of running done in the afternoon. So good for them. And moving on then to the midfield, I suppose we have to call it now. Well, I suppose Lotus, first of all, 18 laps, not as many as they would have liked, but still only their second day, so they still got a bit more running. And it was I think Grosjean's last day in the car, so from now on Maldonado will be taking over for days 3 and 4, and I suppose Lotus will want to be getting 50 plus laps in the final 2 days, because at the moment they haven't got laps in. 7 laps on the first day, and Romain Grosjean only getting 18 laps. In terms of midfield, the best team certainly was Williams, getting 115 laps. Extremely impressive from Valtteri Bottas. And he did all that throughout the day, just consistently putting in those lap times, putting in those laps, getting a lot of running done. Really good for Bottas, really good data for Williams to examine out of Mercedes, as an engine manufacturer. So after a dismal first day for Williams, they really improved and came back strong with this 115 lap day, which is very impressive from Williams. Force India also, after Nico Hülkenberg topping the timesheets, coming second today, and some questions starting. Have Force India moved up to be a front running team? Maybe have they replaced Red Bull as one of those top front running teams? Have they joined them? We just don't know yet, but some really encouraging runs from Force India. And now we do have to question, are they in the midfield anymore? We'll have to see come around the first race. A lot of questions to be asked, and very exciting times lay ahead, certainly for F1 in the new season. Move on to Toro Rosso. They also got a lot of laps done, compared to what they've been doing so far. Verne got 58 laps done in the Toro Rosso. Really impressive stuff for the Renault engine. It certainly had a very good day, Renault, today. And, in comparison to their other days, where, also Caterham, Kamui Kobayashi did 65 laps and was, sort of at the bottom of the timesheets until he put in a very good lap of 1:39.8 and moved up to 6th on the leaderboards, not on the timesheet. And good stuff for Caterham, good stuff for the Renault engine, and they had minimal problems. I think, Lotus was just due to their car, not actually to the engine, from them getting a lack of running. But really good stuff for the Renault engine, definitely improving, and as I predicted, they've recovered brilliantly from this, and they've definitely have their head held high. Gutierrez, 55 laps for Sauber, not really setting any headline times, but that's probably nothing to worry about really. But just a quick note on Sauber, not really seeing much pace from them at the moment in terms of lap times, but maybe that will improve. And then finally a quick note for the back teams. Caterham and Marussia, maybe not back teams for very long, because Caterham were 6th in the timesheets. I know you cannot read too much into the testing times, but still, it's good to see them not at the back. And Marussia were last, but of course Chilton was driving, and it was only, with all due respect to Chilton, and they only managed to do 17 laps. So maybe a bit more running, they'd be further up near maybe Caterham. So exciting times for day 3. Hopefully we'll be seeing more running from the Lotus car, and hopefully Marussia, and also the introduction of Daniel Ricciardo and Kimi Räikkönen. So I've been Smooth Racing then. Thanks for watching. Hope you join me tomorrow for another review of the Bahrain test. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.